There's a corner in your home that doesn't ask for attention. It's quiet, maybe near a window, maybe beside your reading chair, or just that bare spot of floor where nothing quite fits. But here's a gentle truth. You don't need to redecorate your entire house to feel better in it. Sometimes, all it takes is 2 minutes, a wooden tray, and 3 small plants to create what I call a happiness garden, a visual sigh, a place that quietly lifts your mood without needing to say a word. We often underestimate the emotional power of small spaces. We chase big changes, paint colors, furniture upgrades, or full makeovers, thinking they'll bring peace. But most of the time, it's the little spots that hold the biggest feelings. The corners where light lands just right. The spaces where you naturally exhale. That's where calm lives, and that's where happiness begins. In this video, we'll create that feeling together. I'll guide you through choosing 3 gentle plants that aren't just beautiful, they carry presence. I'll show you how to place them in a way that softens your space and steadies your heart. You don't need a green thumb. You don't need to spend much. What you do need is one quiet spot, a bit of light, and a willingness to slow down for 2 minutes. Because happiness doesn't shout, it whispers. And when you make room for it just one little corner at a time, it always shows up. Ready? Let's begin. Let's build a space you'll want to return to, again and again. Not because it's perfect, but because it feels like a breath of fresh air inside your own home. Part 1: 3 tiny plants, 1 big feeling. Number 1. English ivy. You've probably walked past an English ivy in someone's home, maybe in a hanging basket, maybe trailing down a shelf, maybe peeking out of a corner where light barely reaches. It doesn't shout. It doesn't insist on attention. But the moment you see it, something about the room instantly feels softer, calmer, as if the space just exhaled. That subtle shift isn't coincidence. English ivy has a quiet presence unlike most houseplants. And if placed with intention, it has the power to transform a corner from just space you live in to space that lives with you. Let's begin with the first truth about this plant. English ivy moves toward life. Its vines don't grow rigidly upward like some dramatic plant that demands focus. Ivy drapes, it curves, it nestles into light and shade alike. A healthy ivy doesn't just sit, it reaches, and the way it reaches teaches us something about how energy moves in our homes, gently, expansively, and often in patterns our eyes don't consciously follow. If your space feels closed, it's usually because something in it isn't allowing air and attention to travel as freely as it should. English ivy, placed correctly, welcomes the flow. But here's the delicate part: this plant doesn't work just because it's pretty. It works because of how its form interacts with light, air, and human perception. Your nervous system doesn't register English ivy as a static object. It reads it almost like a visual sigh. You might not consciously think, "That plant is calming me," but you feel it in your body, in the softness around your shoulders, in the steadiness of your breath, in the pause between your thoughts. Ivy's long, trailing lines don't pull your attention, they invite your attention, gently and without pressure. This is why placement matters. In a living room where the furniture faces the TV and the walls feel too busy with screens and frames and cluttered shelves, English ivy does something subtle. It says, "Ease here." Place near a source of soft light, real light. Not just bulb light, it captures that light and funnels your gaze toward it. The moment you relax your eyes, your nervous system relaxes too. We talk about going with the flow when life feels overwhelming, but most of us forget that our homes either promote or resist that flow thousands of times a day with furniture, colors, objects, and yes, plants. There's even evidence that trailing plants, those with softer lines and downward movement, can help reduce visual stress. Our brains are wired to find rest in curves rather than edges. When everything around us is straight, sharp, and demanding attention, screens, corners of tables, text messages, appointments, something in us subtly tightens. English ivy's gentle curves act almost like a counterbalance, visual therapy without effort. You don't have to analyze it. Your brain just knows it's easier to look at. English ivy also has a relationship with air quality that aligns beautifully with comfort. It's known to help with filtering airborne particles, not as a miracle cure, but as a modest support to cleaner indoor air. In a space where people eat, breathe, talk, rest, and think, that kind of quiet participation honors the rhythm of daily life. It's not a loud presence, but it's a contributing one. Let's pause and imagine a scene, a cozy reading chair by a window, the morning light slanting in. You've draped a modest English ivy, so its vines cascade down the side of a shelf beside you. You sit there with a book, or a cup of tea, or just nothing at all. You're not trying to meditate. You're not trying to fix anything. You're just allowing your eyes to rest on something soft, something living, something that grows without demanding your whole attention. That is the quiet power of this plant. But placement isn't random. If you jam English ivy into a corner with no light, not even indirect sun, it won't thrive. Worse, it may stagnate, and when plants stagnate, the room's energy can feel heavier, even if you can't name why. So the question isn't, does this look nice? The question is, does this feel alive? Does that corner greet the morning light? Does it see the afternoon sun grazing the floor? Does it live in a spot you walk past more than twice a day? If yes, then that's the kind of place where English ivy doesn't just exist. It contributes. When it thrives, it becomes a quiet anchor. Not showy, not demanding, not ornamental in the way that screams, "Look at me." Instead, it becomes one of the reasons a room feels softer, calmer, less busy. People talk about feng shui as something mystical. But sometimes, it's simply the biology of perception, the way our brains slow just a little when they're invited to look at something that doesn't flicker, beep, or shout for attention. And if you place it where energy tends to get stuck, corners with poor light, near heavy furniture, spaces you avoid, English ivy doesn't fix the room on its own. But it does start a conversation. It nudges the energy. It says to the space, let's soften. Let's bend a little. Let's let some light in. And like any gentle invitation, the room often responds. So if you're creating your happiness garden and you choose English ivy as your first plant, you're choosing more than greenery. You're choosing flow over stagnation. You're choosing softness over harsh lines. You're choosing a plant that doesn't compete with your life, but quietly aligns with it. In the next section, we'll meet another companion, the Photinia, whose charm is small, but whose impact on mood is surprisingly powerful. But for now, sit with this idea: calm isn't found in emptiness. It's found in grace. And sometimes, grace looks like a vine. Number 2. Photinia nerve plant. You've seen it in photos. You may even have walked past it in a nursery without a second thought. A plant with delicate, vein leaves, colors that feel too refined to be accidental, almost like a tiny piece of embroidery living inside your home. That's Photinia, often called the nerve plant. And it may be one of the most quietly powerful plants you bring into your living space. Not because it's dramatic, not because it's tall, not because it takes over a room, but because it has a way of softening presence and inviting calm without effort. Here's the first thing you need to understand about Photinia: it connects. The name nerve plant comes from the intricate lines on its leaves, but those lines are more than pretty. They are a visual metaphor for what this plant does in a space. Life isn't linear. It's a network of experiences, memories, thoughts branching in every direction. And Photinia's leaves seem to mirror that complexity, yet in a way that feels ordered and gentle. It's as if the plant speaks the language of emotional attention. When you place Photinia in a room, you're not just placing another green thing. You're putting a connection point where energy often feels scattered or distracted. It doesn't fight for your attention like a bold monstera. It doesn't demand contemplation like a tall snake plant. Instead, it invites your attention home quietly. You don't have to look at it to feel its effect, just like you don't have to listen to familiar music to feel soothed. So why does that matter? Because in our lives in the US, we live in a state of constant partial attention, a buzz of notifications, errands, schedules, obligations. We're busy being present everywhere except inside our own presence. That's where Photinia plays its part. It's a reminder to return. Not to the room, not to the plant, but back to yourself. Place it on a low shelf, and the eye rests on it without effort. Place it near a desk, and the gaze softens mid-scroll. Place it beside a nightstand, and your awareness moves from tension to ease without you saying a word. There's a physiological response happening. Neuroscience has found that soft, patterned visuals in nature tell the brain it can relax. The sharp edges and text-heavy screens we stare at all day trigger alertness. Photinia doesn't compete with that. Its subtle veining diffuses the visual noise. In a culture that values productivity, that's a rare gift. But let's talk placement, because Photinia's impact depends on where you allow it to be seen. If you hide it in a corner with no light, it becomes a green ghost, alive but whisper quiet, and you begin to forget it. A forgotten plant doesn't just fade. It sends a message: this corner doesn't matter. And that matters emotionally. So if you want the gentle shift this plant offers, give it a place where it meets you, not where it hides from you. Think about your morning routine. Do you ever sit with a cup of coffee and watch the daylight change? A small Photinia on that table becomes more than decor. It becomes the first thing you see with intention. It greets you with the language of care, not drama. That stability matters when your mind is still shifting from dream to done list. And it matters in the evening too. Because when the day feels heavy, Photinia's presence doesn't shout relax. It whispers you're allowed to let your shoulders down. That whisper is powerful because it doesn't interrupt your inner dialogue. It gently nudges it. There's something poetic about the way Photinia lives. It doesn't grow tall, it spreads its network. It doesn't reach for the sun, it fills corners with texture. It doesn't demand insight, it offers comfort. In spaces that feel too open, too empty, too sharp, too rigid, Photinia's foliage softens the edges visually and emotionally. It tells the eye there's a pattern worth resting on. When you water it with care, not too much, not too little, you're doing more than tending a plant. You're practicing one small act of presence. That act ripples outward. You sit a little softer, breathe a little slower, think a little clearer. It's subtle, it's small, but subtle and small often precede big shifts. This is why Photinia is more than a houseplant. It's a mood partner. It sits beside you in silence and reflects not what you do, but who you are, a person who deserves calm, connection, and a gentle place to land after a long day. Most of us spend so much time building routines outside our homes that we forget to build rituals inside them. Photinia invites ritual watering with attention, observing its growth, noticing color changes, feeling rooted in softness. So here's the emotional truth that goes beyond decorative style. Photinia doesn't just soften a corner of your room, it softens the lived experience within that room. It invites you back into your body, back into your breath, back into your here and now. That's not magical, it's human. And it's why this plant matters in a way you'll feel before you can name. By welcoming Photinia into your happiness corner, you're choosing more than greenery. You're choosing grounded presence in a busy world. You're choosing to let your space reflect calm, not constant doing. And as we continue to build your happiness garden, we'll meet the next companion, a plant whose strength is quiet resilience, adding another layer of emotional ease to your home. But for now, take a breath and imagine that calm unfolding in your own space. Number 3. Succulent. You might scroll past succulents in the store thinking they're just another plant. Small, cute, easy to care for. But that's exactly why they matter. In a world where life can feel overwhelming, schedules, screens, deadlines, expectations, succulents are a quiet counterbalance. They sit still. They hold form. They breathe simplicity. And when you place one in your happiness corner, you're not just adding decor, you're bringing in a silent reminder that strength doesn't need noise. Let's start here. Succulents are survivors. They evolved in places where water is scarce and sun is fierce. Their thick leaves, fleshy stems, and compact shape are nature's way of saying adaptation matters more than speed. In the context of a home, that translates to emotional resilience. Unlike ferns that need constant tending or tall plants that demand center stage, succulents ask for only a little care and give back something rare: presence without pressure. When you look at a succulent, whether it's an echeveria cup shaped like a tiny rose, a haworthia striped with bright lines, or a small aloe with gentle spikes. Your nervous system registers something different from what a cluttered shelf or a busy wall registers. Your eyes rest. Not because there's nothing else to look at, but because your brain recognizes completeness. A succulent doesn't crave more space. It completes the space it has. That completeness fosters calm. In the US, many of us live with a kind of mental urgency even in our homes. We want big, lively things. We equate beauty with scale. But succulents remind us that impact isn't measured in size. A small succulent on a windowsill can steady the eye after a long day. It can anchor a corner that felt too empty or too busy. It says, "I am here. I am steady. No rush." There's also a simple science behind the peace succulents bring. Research in environmental psychology shows that low-maintenance plants reduce visual stress. Our brains are constantly filtering information: colors, lines, shapes, light contrasts. Sharp angles and screens keep the brain in alert mode. Rounded shapes and soft edges like succulent leaves tell the brain it's okay to relax. You don't need to think about it. Your nervous system just knows. Placement matters. A succulent on a desk isn't just decoration, it becomes a pause point. Midday, when your attention fractures between tasks, your eye catches that calm shape and your breath softens without you noticing. If you're near a window, morning light will illuminate those leaves in a way that feels like a silent welcome. In a hallway, where energy can feel rushed or stiff, a small cluster of succulents becomes an unexpected breath of openness. Sometimes we talk about balance in life like it's a big thing: meditation practices, therapy sessions, retreats. But balance can begin with something as small as a succulent leaf catching light. When you return to that corner, your body remembers how to exhale. It's not a dramatic shift. It's a subtle permission slip for your mind to slow down. Another reason succulents work so well in a happiness garden is this: they don't fight with light patterns. In homes today, many spaces get indirect sunlight, not blazing, not shady, just gentle brightness. Succulents thrive there. They don't demand a sunny bay window or perfect conditions. They grow into whatever your space already is. That's a powerful metaphor for calm living. You don't have to force the environment to change, you just find what can grow well in what already exists. And don't underestimate the emotional cue of durability. Succulents don't droop easily. They don't wilt overnight if you miss a watering. Their resilience reflects back to you. When you glance at them over coffee, or while you're tying shoes, or just before bed, there's a passive message: you're built to endure. Not despite the hard moments, but alongside them. Let's place this idea in your happiness corner. 3 plants: English ivy, photinia, and now, a succulent. Each brings a different tone: movement, connection, resilience. The succulent grounds the trio. It closes the loop on the emotional range of a space: soft edges, deep veins, and now, quiet strength. Imagine this: you set the succulent at the front edge of your tray, near the morning light. Its leaves catch the sun, and you don't even have to think about it. You simply notice your space feels more complete, more intentional, more yours. That noticing is the seed of calm. It's the moment your body stops waiting for peace and starts recognizing it. That's why succulents aren't just plants you put on a shelf. They're anchors for your attention. They remind you that stillness is not absence, it's presence. That strength is not loud, it's calm and enduring. That comfort isn't grand, it's subtle. So, when you're placing your succulent in your happiness garden, do it with that in mind. I am creating a place where I can come back to myself. Not half distracted, not half busy, fully present in the quiet solidity of now. And as we begin to expand this space, remember, this happiness doesn't grow in emptiness. It grows in attention, in noticing, in small, steady green forms that remind you life doesn't have to be loud to be rich. Life just has to be felt. Part 2: Build a tray of joy. The layout. There's a moment in every home where beauty stops being just something you look at and begins to be something you feel inside. That moment doesn't come from grand gestures or expensive pieces. It comes from intentional placement, the kind that turns ordinary objects into emotional anchors. And for your happiness corner, that intentional placement starts with what I like to call a tray of joy. Think about that phrase for a second. Tray rather than table. Why? Because trays create boundaries without barriers. They gather attention without dominating the room. They take a few elements and say this spot matters. What we're building isn't a garden you show off, it's a corner that greets you. Let's get straight to the heart of it. Picture this: 3 plants: English ivy, photinia, and a succulent, each with its own quiet strength. Now imagine them not scattered across shelves or crowded into corners, but together, intentionally grouped. That's the magic. The whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. This begins with your base: a tray. Wood, ceramic, bamboo. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs presence. Surface matters because our eyes like structure. They look for order in a world full of mess. Your tray becomes a stage, and the plants become characters in a story of calm. Start with the tray's shape. Circular trays invite softness, perfect for living rooms or bedside tables. Rectangular ones encourage flow, ideal near windows or hallways. But regardless of shape, the tray should be visible, not hidden under coasters, napkins, or neglected trinkets. This is intentional space. Place the largest plant, usually the English ivy, slightly off-center. Not perfectly in the middle, but just enough to give it room to spill its vines gently outward. That off-center anchor gives a relaxed, lived-in feeling. Notice how this simple adjustment changes the look. Symmetry can feel static, but asymmetry feels alive. Next, place your photinia near the ivy but not touching it. Think of it as a companion, not a copy. The nerve plant's vibrant veins bring gentle contrast and draw the eye inward. Let its colors punctuate the greenery without overpowering it. If your ivy flows outward, let the photinia be the visual heart of your tray, a place the eye rests. Finally, nestle the succulent in front or to the side where its compact resilience becomes an unobtrusive focal point. Succulents don't ask for attention, they offer calm. When placed beside the others, they ground the arrangement, like a pause in a favorite song. Positioned this way, the trio feels balanced and complete without being crowded. Around these plants, add a few smooth white stones. They are tiny visual size. Your eye catches upon them and subtly relaxes. Or place a shallow glass bowl of water next to the tray, not for hydration, but as a symbol of presence. Water reflects light, it reflects awareness. Now let's talk why this works on a deeper level. Humans are wired to respond to patterns. Nature rarely aligns in perfect grids, it spirals, layers, clusters. A cluster of plants arranged with intention mimics that natural rhythm. It tells your brain, this space is alive, but safe. It says, here, you can exhale. Your eye doesn't have to hunt for a place to rest. It doesn't have to navigate chaos. It sees a soft boundary, the tray, and a curated harmony inside that boundary. That reduces visual stress. Your breathing slows. Your heart rate plateaus into a gentle pace. That's not airy-fairy talk. That's how human perception works. The tray also creates a micro-environment of calm. It establishes a ritual space, a place your body recognizes each time you walk by. Unlike random decorations scattered around, your tray becomes a consistent point of emotional grounding, a visual anchor, a calm checkpoint in the rhythm of your day. Notice how the tray subtly changes the feeling of a room. The living room no longer feels like a room full of stuff. It becomes a place with intentional breathing space. The bedside table isn't just where your phone sits. It's now a spot that tells your nervous system it's okay to slow down here. That's the power of layout over ornament. But layout isn't just aesthetics, it's psychology. A tray gathers things. It tells your brain that something in this space has purpose. Purpose brings comfort. Comfort brings calm. And calm is the emotional experience we've been building toward with every plant you've chosen. And here's the emotional core: when you arrange your tray, you are practicing presence. Not mindless placement, not impulse cluttering. Presence. Each adjustment is an opportunity to slow down, reflect, and choose where attention lives. And that slow, intentional act becomes a ritual, all by itself, a small moment of harmony in a world that otherwise pulls you in 1,000 directions. So as you build your tray of joy, think of it as more than a grouping of plants. Think of it as the beginning of a conversation between your space and your state of being. A conversation that says, here, you matter. Here, you can rest. Here, life feels softer. Your tray isn't just an arrangement. It's a doorway to ease, to presence, to calm. And every time you walk past it, let it remind you that peace isn't something you chase. It's something you quietly welcome, one intentional choice at a time. Part 3, where happiness waits to grow. There's a difference between filling space and making space feel alive. And that difference becomes clear the moment you place your tray of joy somewhere that doesn't just look nice but feels right. Because happiness, the kind of calm you can feel in your breath, doesn't happen randomly in a room. It waits to be invited in. It waits to be grown in the right spot. Let's face it, most of our homes are busy. We wake up and immediately interact with screens. We carry to-do lists from the kitchen to the living room. We sit down to relax, only to feel like something still tugs at the edges of our attention. That's not because our homes are ugly. It's because our spaces weren't built for emotional ease. They were built for function, and function has its place. But happiness lives where light, intention, and presence intersect. So where does happiness wait to grow in your home? The answer isn't just in any corner. It's in the corners that already feel lived in, but not worn out. Places that touch you, not visually loud, but quietly welcoming. Those are the spots where the light enters indirectly, where your body naturally relaxes, and your mind subtly lets go. That's where true calm settles. A practical example: think about the place you sit with your morning coffee. It might be the armchair by the window. It's not perfect or styled, but it is consistent. That spot sees daylight. It hears birds outside. It feels like a beginning. Now imagine placing your tray of joy there. The gentle cascade of English ivy, the soft veining of photinia, the grounded presence of a succulent, all bathed in natural light. In that simple act, you turn a habitual seat into a haven of calm. Because here's the key: flowers and plants don't bring happiness to a room unless they are seen, not just placed. If you put your arrangement in a dark hallway or tucked behind objects no one notices, it becomes a decoration, not a companion. But when you place it in a space that touches your daily routine, it becomes a pause point, a visual exhale, a gentle reminder that serenity isn't something you chase, it's something you return to. Another powerful place to grow happiness is the entryway. The moment you walk into your home, your nervous system starts to register whether you're in movement mode or rest mode. When your eyes meet something soft and alive like your tray of joy, it sends a signal you're home. It's okay to soften. That's why a simple planting near the door isn't just beautiful, it's anchoring. Let's consider a third space, the work from home zone. If your desk feels tense or your thoughts feel crowded, placing your happiness corner nearby, but not on your main workspace, helps create emotional balance. You're not forcing your focus. You're framing it with calm. When you glance towards something living and peaceful, your body responds before your brain does. Placement also depends on light, not because plants need it, but because your body responds to it. Happiness gardens thrive where there is soft, indirect natural light. Light that doesn't glare, but gently warms. A spot where sunshine doesn't overpower, but illuminates. That's where energy doesn't rush, it breathes. Because when the physical light is easy, your internal light starts to feel easy too. And this isn't a one-time fix. This is the joy of habitual noticing. You sit down, you see the plants, you breathe. Not because you plan to meditate, but because your eyes rest, your shoulders drop, your breath deepens. That's how happiness grows, not as a dramatic change, but as a series of tiny moments where your body and your space align. So here's the invitation: look around your home right now. Notice the spots where your body relaxes without effort, where light feels soft, where you already pause even for a second. That's where your happiness garden should live, not in a place of perfection but one of presence. Because happiness doesn't just fill spaces. It occupies them gently, tenderly, quietly, in the places where life already breathes. Your happiness corner isn't a destination. It's a moment you return to. And when you place your tray in the right spot, you'll realize you didn't find peace in a plant. You found peace in the invitation you gave your space and yourself to feel calm again. final. In the end, this isn't just about plants. It's not even about feng shui. It's about creating a life where you get to breathe easier, where one quiet corner with nothing loud or demanding becomes the gentlest proof that peace is still possible. A corner where a trailing ivy, a whispering nerve plant, and a resilient little succulent sit quietly but change everything. Because when you change a small part of your space with love and intention, you're not decorating your healing. You're telling your nervous system, you are safe here. You're reminding your spirit that stillness is not a luxury, it's a birthright. We've explored how light, placement, and presence can turn even the tiniest tray of plants into a source of joy. We've learned that happiness doesn't always roar into a room sometimes. It arrives in silence, through soft leaves and the way morning sunlight touches them. And we've seen that your environment doesn't need to be big or perfect. It just needs to feel like it sees you. So thank you truly for spending this time with me, and for choosing to care for your space in a deeper way. Whether this inspires you to build your own tray of joy, move one plant, or simply notice the way your home feels, that choice, however small, matters more than you know. And wherever you are watching this from, I hope your next breath is softer than the last, and your space a little lighter than before. Take care, and may joy always find its way to your corner.